And welcome back to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. Today, we're talking about the sexy sector of supply chain. No, really, it's an important sector, and it's a great use case for blockchain. What better use of recording things of as step by step of how they're made, or what the ingredients go in, or if they're really farm to table? It's the perfect use case for blockchain, or one of them. So I've recently talked about a video. There's two different projects that are the leaders in this category. One is VeChain, but this video is going to focus on the other one, which is OriginTrail, which is formerly Trace or Tracer project. That's why the ticker symbol is TRAC. But OriginTrail has a lot more upside and a lot more going for it as far as the potential. Not financial advice, as always. But let's dig into the news, and it's going to be a revamp of the news of the original article, which I will try to remember to link up here. And then we'll go and we'll talk about, what the charts look like today versus back then, and what the potential is, and then we'll chart it. We'll look at the where it is as far as the market cap and what the growth potential, and then just a general summary at the end and my overall rating. So let's get started with the news. Just a quick reminder that nothing in this video is considered financial advice. I am not your financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Seek out your own advice and do your own diligence, do your own research. So the way to start to understand OriginTrail compared to other supply chain tokens like VeChain is to start with their website, OriginTrail.io, and I'll include the link on this. But if you dig through the website, and I dug through a lot of different things, you'll see how much research I did on this one. OriginTrail, it's a layer 2 solution compared to a layer 1, and I'll explain that in a moment. What that affords them, allows OriginTrail to do, is that they are an ERC20 coin. They are an ERC20 token. They operate on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, that may be seen as a detriment because, they're relying on Ethereum, but it affords them the ability to work with multiple platforms. VeChain is a layer 1 solution. VeChain is their own blockchain. They have their own system. They had the VeChain network. They have VThor. That is their gas for their VeChain blockchain. OriginTrail is layer 2, which allows them to operate on multiple blockchains and form multiple partnerships rather than being tied to their own blockchain. So it's an interesting approach. OriginTrail, there's more details, a lot of details on their website, but there's an homage here to the original name of Trace, leaving traces. Goes back to their origin. That's why the ticker is TRAC. You can see there's a lot of connections. You have the BSI in Trace Labs. That is a big partnership. I'll jump to that real quick. That is the British Standards and Information Group, and they are big into supply chain and traceability of origins. So they partner with OriginTrail. So that is a big deal in Britain of how they're doing their supply chain and origin tracking. So, but the most detail I got was before I get into the videos, which had a wealth of information as well, was this OriginTrail Explained. And this is a large article. There's a lot of information through here. I'll scroll through it as quickly as I can, but it talks about the quick summary of what OriginTrail is. It's a neutral protocol, which means that they don't care what blockchain they're on. Trusted data sharing. It's a network of nodes, and it provides standards. They've formed partnerships with Oracle, Polkadot, BSI, GS1, all these Walmart, Costco, Disney, Target, all these big conglomerates that are out there. You can make a strong argument that OriginTrail is on par or ahead of VeChain in where they are at with their partnerships. So I'm pretty excited about OriginTrail. Look at the ecosystem map that I found. You can see all the different partnerships that they have in their alliances. It's big. It's a big ecosystem already, and they're only growing. This OriginTrail started actually in 2011. They launched a lot later, but they started formulating what this was going to do all the way back in 2011. 10 years is a very long time in the world of cryptocurrency and cryptography and blockchain. So this is a big deal that they've been around for that long. They formed so many partnerships. Digging further, there's plenty of articles in here to dig even further about what OriginTrail is all about, their decentralized network and about the network itself, how the network is structured and how it's a layer 2 solution. So it doesn't matter which blockchain is running underneath of it. So here we talk about the token utility and economics. There's only 500 million trace tokens, which is it's a limited supply. The token sale, they had an ICO in January of 2018. So it seems like it's a younger project, but it's been around for a lot longer than most people really realize. There's a contract address that works on the Ethereum blockchain, goes out to 18 decimals, so it's very, very divisible. Another feature that we have, it's a link to the roadmap that they have, but also that they talk about that they are actually using the graph for a lot of their data inquiries. So the graph is a relatively new project that's come out, and it's got a lot of interest as well. It allows for database and blockchain inquiries. So by partnering with them, they are able to get a lot of traceability information from the various blockchains, which is the layer 1 that's running underneath the layer 2 of OriginTrail. Tokenomics are strong. The tokens in circulation, it's really a good project. There's limited supply. There's a strong path to adoption with the partnerships that they've built. So the British Standards Institute is adopting OriginTrail as their partnership, and that they've been partnered since January 2019. They're partnering with a number of companies that are doing the SCAN initiative. The SCAN initiative stands for Supplier Compliance Audit Network. So that means that there's more than 18,000 factories that are using SCAN. It's Home Depot is using it. I think it's Walmart, Target, Home Depot, Lowe's. All these different projects are using the SCAN initiative, and it's a huge partnership that they formulated for inventory tracking and supply chain tracking, and OriginTrail is leading the path here. So that is a major partnership for them. So there's lots to learn from these different articles here. I will include them in the links as well. All right, so bulk of my research was going through several different YouTubers and their influence on here. There's a number of different things that are happening. That they covered a lot of different topics over the years. This first video was an in-depth video about where OriginTrail was about. There's a good wealth of information there. So this video talks about the traceability for food, medicine, using the graph as a source, and even using Bitcoin and other blockchain tracking through the graph. So there's lots of information they can use to trace through different elements of all these different sources and information. So OriginTrail has got a lot of use cases going forward. The next video from CM Top Dog talked about how this could be a really big big project going forward, and how that this is a relatively small low cap project that has a lot of upside. OriginTrail was well out of the top 100 right now at the market cap, and I'll talk about that on the graph when I'm doing the market analysis and the charting. But the next couple of videos, this particular one talked about how layer 1 versus layer 2 and the differences there. Again, layer 2 for OriginTrail, layer 1 for VeChain. That means that VeChain has their own blockchain. Layer 2 for OriginTrail means that they can form partnerships with other blockchains and be much more compatible as an ERC20 coin and just lay on top of the original blockchain. That allows them to do partnerships like they are doing with Polkadot. That was announced a short while ago, and it's also mentioned on their website. So there's the notification of Polkadot on the OriginTrail Explains. That was mentioned by Elliott Trades, who's a great channel, and I'll include that link as well. 2 more videos that I went through. Blockchain Bulls went across the differences between VeChain and OriginTrail. Again, that was good highlights there. And then lastly, Ivan on Tech. Not only did he talk about supply chain and Oracle and OriginTrail, he actually went to both companies in Europe and visited both of them in this video. And there's another video that's in here. I think it was the first video. Yes, it was this one from Drake on Digital. Includes an interview with the CEO where you can get a lot of information out of the project. So the CEO mentions a lot of different ways that OriginTrail can be used. There's a lot of possibilities for this coin. Major upside. I'm going to talk about the charting and the value going forward in the next segment. Okay, so that was the news on OriginTrail. So let's share my screen once again, as I'm getting a little bit better at this. And let's go to CoinMarketCap. Here we go. And we're going to just look at, there we go. There's my little face in the corner. So we're going to look at the market cap of VeChain, and because that's the #1 coin in this sector. And that, I believe that's about coin number 28. Yeah, VeChain. So the market cap of VeChain is $7.6 billion. So first thought was, or one of the thoughts is that if OriginTrail is one of the competitors, and if I type in Origin up here, which it should type soon, there we go, OriginTrail. You will see where it is as far as, you have to be careful. Like you see that it's Trace, TRAC. That's the original ticker. OriginTrail is now $1.65. It's moved up pretty good amount, but it's still, relatively speaking, much smaller than VeChain. It is coin number 147, so it hasn't had that bump to page 1 yet. The market cap is under $1 billion, so it's 0.825 billion, whereas VeChain was 7.6. So some quick math, I'll say it's almost, I'd say about 9 times as smaller than VeChain. So OriginTrail is starting to move. I think it was about 30 times smaller when I first did this video. That's by memory. I'm just, I didn't not note everything from the first video, but that's why I linked them. So I think that OriginTrail is in it's a nice spot. It's a layer 2. Let's see the price of the price. I didn't note this. The price of OriginTrail when I did the original video back in June, I believe mid-June, was 33 cents. And I said it could 4 to 6x. So, well, look at that. That's it did a 5x. How about that? I actually nailed one. 4 to 6x of 33 cents is $1.65. So woohoo, got one right. So OriginTrail, where is it at today though? It still has the growth potential. It's going up 5x like I predicted. I hate saying I predicted anything, but the charts told me 4 to 6x, and that's how it turned out. So this is why you should subscribe to my Patreon channel. Anyway, so we're at $1.68, just moved up again. What are the charts telling me as far as the potential of it? That's charted again. Let's see. We are looking at this is the daily chart on Bittrex that goes back a year. I think it's a year. Yeah, that looks like a year. Or it's year. No, it's not even a year today. It's 1 year. So this to me looks like it had a rapid ascension, and now it's fallen back. It actually was above $3. So it went up significantly higher. It was twice as much as it was. And that just tells me it's done a 50% retrace. So what that tells me is that we've gone from here up to somewhere in the 3s and pulled back about 50%. So we can certainly treat this area as a wave 2. If this is wave 1, it's a wave 2, and I can show that to you real quickly because I always like to. Can I get the charts right? Nope. All right, so I always draw them upside down. No matter how many times I try it, I draw them upside down. If it has retracement, the first button is usually the 0. So there's the 0. I did it again. I just cannot get this in the right order. But fortunately, it's easily fixable. So you put the top one there, and you put the bottom one, say, down there. And we can see. So that we have wave 1. They're overlapping a bit. I'm just going to move it over this way just to get the numbers not to be overlapping. So from here down to up here is wave 1. It moved quickly. But it's interesting. You see all the volume. It really happened in these couple of days. It just shot right up when people started to realize, hey, we really need to start checking supply chain. And OriginTrail had a lot of impetus then. I'm going to check the news in a moment to see what might have happened on November 1st, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. So, but just from the charts, we've got, from 57 cents to 250 pulled back. It shot up. I mean, the all-time high was in the 3s. I could probably scroll down here. Oops, it's going to be down here. All-time high. Finally found it. The all-time high is 387. So 387, and it pulled back. So it pulled back from 387. Just cut 387 in half. You're looking at $1.90. So a 50% pullback to be about $1.90. And it looked to be this. Here's your 50% pullback, and it's a little bit less because it's not a full. Well, first off, we don't take the whole peak there, but it wicked up and then came back down. The daily close had it at about 250. So from 50 cents to 250, the middle range of that would be $1.50. And now we're looking at $1.65. So it's right there in the sweet spot. So looking at it, this is wave 1 and this is wave 2.
Again, I keep going back to Elliott wave theory that the wave 3 is your biggest wave, and the target price is the 2.6 extension of wave 2. So I use it over and over again, rinse, repeat, because the numbers seem to play out very nicely. The target seems to be between $4 and $5 from $1.65. So OriginTrail could triple from here. And as we just showed, it's 9 times smaller than VeChain, and I think VeChain can triple. So that 9 times 3, that's 27x potential if OriginTrail caught up to VeChain, and they both went up to be significant factors as far as in a top 20 coin for both, because supply chain is going to be that much of an issue. So let's look at the Bitcoin chart just to confirm this and see the potential here. Again, similar chart. And again, this is going to be a wave 2. So I'm going to do a wave 2. I'm not going to draw a wave 1. I'm only going to draw a wave 2 this time. And I'm hoping to get it right this time. Here we go. We got that. And unbelievable. It's like every coin I flip lands on tails. I always get this upside down. So we put that there. Boom. 2.6. Move that up here. Drawing the horizontal line is right there, and there we go. So we are at basically 3,000 sats. I drew the line that says 6,000 sats. That's a double from here against Bitcoin. So it could double against Bitcoin. It could triple against. It could 9x against VeChain. VeChain could triple. The potential is here for an upwards movement based on the charting alone. This is not financial advice. This is just looking at the charts and saying, it looks to me that OriginTrail is at the bottom of or close to the bottom of a wave 2, and the biggest move upwards is typically wave 3. So, and here's the target against both Bitcoin and against the US dollar to track it if you want to just trade this coin, or if you want to invest. Entirely up to you. This is just me expressing what I see in the charts, not financial advice. So that's the charts for today. Let's go to our wrap up and conclusion and my rating of this coin. So there we have it. That's the coin for today. It's OriginTrail or Trace. We see upwards mobility both against VeChain, against Bitcoin, against the US dollar. Not financial advice, of course, but it looks to be near. If you look at the Elliott wave theory and trending it against both Bitcoin against the US dollar, it seems to be at a 50% retracement pullback spot, which is typically, according to Elliott wave theory, the perfect time to jump in. Because coins, when they retrace 50%, it's a healthy retrace, and then they move upwards from there. Historically speaking, again, past performance is not indicative of future results, blah, 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 all that stuff. And this one guy on the internet talking about what he sees on charts. I'm just drawing lines, and I can't even get the charts on the right side up. So take that as your own caveats right there. But I will say this, supply chain is important. You need to know where things come from. And who doesn't want to know where their food comes from these days, or their medicine, or their supplies? And the other things I like about OriginTrail more than VeChain is the country of origin is different, which is important. And also the partnerships that OriginTrail has as opposed to VeChain. VeChain is it's their own blockchain, but they're based in a particular country that we've outsourced a lot of material goods to, which may not be the best solution. So, and OriginTrail is a layer 2 solution, which means that, as I said in the news, it can work with many different blockchains, not just the particular one that was built for VeChain. So they have OriginTrail has partnerships they can make multiple partnerships across different ecosystems, but be the Polkadot ecosystem, Cardano, Ethereum, you name it, they can make those partnerships and track supply chain accordingly. So it's a strong project. I think it's upwardly mobile. I think it's more upwardly mobile than VeChain. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 instead of a 4. I gave it a 4 originally. I give it a half of a star or half of a house or whatever we're called. Whatever the metric of my rating is, it's 4. I'll call it stars. 4.5 out of 5 stars. Because it's a little bit better than VeChain because of country of origin, and also the upside potential is a little bit more significant than VeChain. So still not perfect because it's not a sexy sector, and it's not like, an NFTs or gaming or those kind of metaverse things that are just going to explode, but it's still important. It's still a great use of blockchain, and it still be significant in the future. It's just a matter of when, it's not if, it's just when. So with all that said today, I'm going to close the drawer in the bureau, and I'll see you next time.